Never ever conduct a gun sale in the hood. Don't buy, don't sell, just go to a gun store. But what is a teenager doing with a gun, selling and or buying? Hey, I wish I could know the answer to everything. But now you have an idea of how these teenagers get their hands on guns. Ultimately, it could lead to their death. Don't risk it. Wait till you're 18 or 21 to buy one at a gun store. Much more safer than dealing with these transactions in these streets. So let's talk about an update to a Lauderdale Lakes homicide that took place in May 20th. We're going to read the official Broward Sheriff's report. 3 people have been taken into custody. Now they're all minors. The only adult in this is one 18-year-old. The rest are teenagers. So back on May 20th, 911 calls came in of a shooting. The shooting took place right in front of Boyd Anderson in those duplexes, the Northwest 30th Terrace of the 4000 block. It was a Monday, May 20th. Broward Sheriff deputies and fire rescue responded. On scene, they found 2 victims suffering from gunshot wounds, a 50-year-old and a 16-year-old who was identified as Dreakford. Amari would die at the hospital due to his injuries. He was airlifted. Unfortunately he did not survive. The second victim, which was a 50-year-old, was shot in the arm, but he survived and is doing okay. Homicide detectives and crime scene investigators soon arrived. Now, as the Broward Sheriff's Office arrived, this is what they say on their behalf when they investigated. This is what happened. While conducting the investigation, detectives learned that Dreakford and 2 other 16-year-old males were driven to the location by 18-year-old Alexandre. Detectives say Alexandre drove them there so that Dreakford could conduct a gun sale with a 15-year-old male. That's crazy. What is a 15-year-old doing dealing guns? I don't know. During the transaction, Dreakford attempted to rob the 15-year-old with a loaded gun. A struggle ensued, and Dreakford was shot by the 15-year-old's friend who was in the area waiting. Following the attempted robbery turned shooting, Alexandre, the 2 passengers, the 15-year-old and the 50-year-old's friend, fled the shooting scene. Throughout investigative means, detectives later identified all parties involved, and warrants were issued for Alexandre and the 16-year-old passengers. On Monday, August 26, detectives with the BSO Viper unit took 18-year-old Alexandre and the 2 16-year-old males into custody on attempted robbery charges related to the events which led up to Dreakford's death and the non-fatal shooting of the 15-year-old male. At this time, all suspects involved have been identified, and investigators are working with the Broward State Attorney's Office for any potential prosecution. So that's the update. There's no mugshots and no photos of the victims and or suspects that I could find. The only mugshot I got was of the 18-year-old that drove the 16-year-old to that gun sale. All right, so he's facing charges on behalf of the death of the 16-year-old and the non-fatal shooting of the 15-year-old. That's the very latest update in this recent shooting in Lauderdale Lakes. You guys be safe out there, and don't buy guns from anyone in the streets. Just go to a gun store. Wait the age, do the proper stuff. Life ain't worth it.